Good morning, students. Welcome to you all in this chemistry online class. Myself, Manu Sharma. You have spent your summer vacations. Now we are going to discuss the unit fifth, that is surface chemistry. Just we have started this unit. Now, in order to recall this unit, just we will do some sort of terms like introduction of this unit, adsorption, adsorbent, adsorbate, desorption, sorption, occlusion, and then absorption. Now the name of this unit is surface chemistry. As the name indicates, surface chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of the phenomenon occurring at the surfaces, that is the interfaces or the boundary of the two bulk phases. Now further we can say, in case of surface chemistry, the two bulk phases can be either pure compounds or the solutions, and the interface between the two bulk phases can be represented as, just as we have two phases like solid / liquid or solid hyphen liquid. So this slash or hyphen represent the interface between the two bulk phases, that is solid liquid and solid liquid. Now in case of gases, no interface exists. Why? Because the gases are highly miscible with each other. Now this surface chemistry is very helpful branch for us. Why? Because many of the phenomena in chemistry like dissolution, means dissolving a solid in a liquid, dissolution, then crystallization, then very common example is corrosion, that is rusting, you can say rusting, then heterogeneous catalysis, and then electrode processes. So these are certain phenomena which we study in the surface chemistry. Just take the example of corrosion. Whenever the rusting of any iron object takes place, it always starts from the surface of the object. Means it is a surface phenomenon. Means all these are surface phenomenon, but corrosion is very common to us. Now, in order to have the best results of in surface chemistry, we must have a real clean surface. Means the results of the surface chemistry will be best only when we have a very clean surface. Now ultra clean surfaces, they are obtained when a vacuum of order of 10⁻⁸ to 10⁻⁹ Pascal is applied on the solids. जब आप solids को इतने vacuum में रखते हो, in that case the surface of those solids become ultra clean. So those ultra clean surfaces are obtained by application of the vacuum of 10⁻⁸ to 10⁻⁹ Pascal on the solid objects. So whenever we have to take any case of solid for adsorption, then you can say in surface chemistry, then we must avoid this solid in coming in direct contact with the air, so that the most of the gases present in the air do not get adsorbed on the solid. Means the surface of the solid remains clean. Now I have written one term, adsorption. Very important word, adsorption. One is adsorption and last one is absorption. I will tell you the difference between these two. Now adsorption, let's discuss the term adsorption. What is adsorption? It is observed that whenever we have certain solids like charcoal or silica gel, if you can take the piece of charcoal means coke, or silica gel, and if these charcoal pieces put in a closed container in which either we have taken any sort of gas or any solution is taken. Solution it contains a solute as well as a solvent. So whenever we put a piece of charcoal or a silica gel in a closed vessel containing some sort of gas or any solution, then what happens? The gas molecules, or if the gas is taken, then the gas molecule, and if the solution is taken, then the solute particles come close to each other, gets attracted toward the surface of this charcoal and gets retained on it. Retained on it. As a result, due to this, the concentration of the solute particles or the gas molecules on the surface of the charcoal gets increased. Therefore, the phenomenon of firstly attracting and then retaining the molecules of a substance on the piece of a material, resulting into a higher concentration of that substance on its surface, this phenomenon is called as the adsorption. This is called adsorption. Okay. Now, next term is adsorbent. So, what is adsorbent? It is the solid on the surface of which adsorption takes place. For example, in this case, we have taken a piece of charcoal. So, charcoal here acts as the adsorbent. Why? Because on the surface of the charcoal, this adsorption is taking place. Okay. Now, what is adsorbate? Now, what is adsorbate? Adsorbate, it is a substance, means it is a gas or a liquid. It is a gas or liquid, means solution. Okay, the gas or the liquid which gets adsorbed on the surface of this adsorbent, that is called as adsorbate, means which is getting adsorbed. The substance which is getting adsorbed on the surface of this adsorbent, that is called as adsorbate. Next is desorption. Very, very important word. Here the word D is, D is removal. D means removal. Desorption means the removal of the adsorbed substance from the surface of the adsorbent, that is called as desorption. Means कि जब कोई भी लिक्विड या गैस किसी एड्सॉर्बेंट के ऊपर एड्सॉर्ब हुई है और अब हम उसको डिसॉर्ब करवाना है, रिमूव करवाना है वहां से, देन इन दैट केस द रिमूवल ऑफ दैट एड्सॉर्ब्ड गैस और द liquid on the surface of the adsorbent, that process is called desorption. And this desorption can be brought or carried out by either heating the substance adsorbent or by decreasing the pressure. Means desorption can take place in two ways, either by heating the adsorbent or by decreasing the pressure. Next is sorption. Before this discussing sorption, firstly we will discuss what is occlusion. You know occlusion? The adsorption of the gases on the metal surfaces. मेटल सरफेस के ऊपर जब भी गैसेस एब्जॉर्ब होती हैं तो उस प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं occlusion. That's process called occlusion. Now next is absorption. Very, very important word is there, absorption. Now adsorption and absorption, just it differs from D and it is B. Absorption means when we take any sort of gas or moisture. Let's take very common example of this. Just take a closed vessel and here water vapors are there. In this closed vessel we have water vapors, and we have taken two substances. First is silica gel. It is silica gel, and second is, let's suppose, calcium chloride, anhydrous. Anhydrous means dry calcium chloride. So when these two pieces are kept in a closed vessel containing some sort of water vapors, then what will happen? In case of silica gel, the water molecules firstly gets attracted toward this piece of silica gel and gets retained on its surface. As a result, no water molecule gets enter inside this silica gel, means in this case adsorption takes place. Okay, in case of calcium chloride anhydrous, when the water vapor gets come close to each other, firstly it gets adsorbed on its surface, and then after adsorbing it gets passes into the bulk of this calcium chloride. As a result, the concentration of the water vapors on the surface of this calcium chloride as well as inside its bulk, it remains same throughout, same uniform. So means instead of getting anhydrous calcium chloride, now when the water gets adsorbed on its surface as well as gets absorbed in inside, means there is a uniform concentration of the water on its surface as well as inside its bulk, means in this case the process of absorption is taking place. So in order to understand these two terms, let's take a general example. If we have a stone, smooth stone, and other we have a sponge, when we put both of them inside a vessel having water and remove those substances after 5 minutes, then what will you observe? You observe that in case of stone, the water remains on its surface. It do not get enter inside it. Means in case of stone, the process of adsorption is taking place. However, in case of sponge, you will notice that जितना पानी उसके सरफेस के ऊपर होगा, the same water is present inside its bulk. Means there is a uniform distribution of the water on its surface as well as inside its bulk. Means the process of absorption is there. Okay, so this is the basic difference between this adsorption and absorption. Now I have told you these two things. Now next, evidences. Well, we will see some sort of evidences, means from where we can see that the process of adsorption occurs. So for this we can say that the first example, very common example, if we take any organic dye, just as methylene blue अगर हम ले लें, और methylene blue में जब हम animal charcoal डाल देते हैं, animal charcoal you know it is the bones of the animal. तो जैसे हम किसी organic dye में methylene blue में let's suppose animal charcoal डाल देते हैं, in that case the intensity of the color of that methylene blue gets decreased. Why? Because some of the dye gets absorbed on the surface of the animal charcoal. So this shows that the process of adsorption is taking place. Second example is that if we have a closed container and we have filled a gas inside it, so when we put a finely divided, finely means in the form of small pieces or in the form of powder, when a powdered adsorbent is added inside a closed vessel containing a gas, then after some time the pressure of the gas inside the container gets decreased. This means that some of the gas has been absorbed on the surface of that finely divided adsorbent. This also shows that the process of adsorption occurs. Next example, you can say the very common example, you know, sugar can be obtained from the juice of the sugar cane, and you know the sugar cane juice has yellowish reddish brown color, and when we put animal charcoal inside it, then it will absorb that reddish brown color or yellowish brown color rather, and as a result when the solution is filtered, it becomes colorless, and after crystallization the sugar crystals are obtained. So means in that case the process of adsorption also takes place. So these are certain examples from where we can see the process of adsorption takes place. Now next is very common is mechanism of adsorption. How the adsorption occurs? Mechanism of adsorption. In order to understand the mechanism of adsorption, you have studied a very important phenomenon in your previous year, that is just you will see and you will name it what I will tell you. Okay, let's suppose we have a container and we have put some sort of water inside it, or beaker rather. Let's take a beaker and we have taken a liquid just as water in. So it is the level of that liquid water. You know, in this water there are millions or billions of water molecules are there. The water molecules are present on the surface as well as inside the bulk, means inside whole of the liquid. Okay, let's suppose these are certain water molecule, this one. Now this water molecule, इस वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स के ऊपर भी दूसरे वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं, लेफ्ट साइड भी हैं, राइट साइड भी हैं, डाउनवर्ड भी. मींस दिस वाटर मॉलिक्यूल गेट्स अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड फ्रॉम ऑल साइड्स बाय द अदर वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स साइमल्टेनियसली. As a result, the intermolecular forces of attraction on this water molecule nearly are equal to zero. Rather, we can say. Why? Because this water molecule gets attracted from all the sides by other water molecules. Simply, this water molecule, इसके ऊपर भी water molecules हैं, नीचे भी हैं, left side भी है, right भी है. Therefore, again, this water molecule gets attracted by other water molecules from all the directions. Means the intermolecular forces acting on these water molecules are nearly same. Okay, similar is the situation with other water molecule present inside the bulk. However, the water molecule which are present on the surface, let's suppose these are the three water molecule we have taken. So this water molecule, अब क्योंकि इसके ऊपर तो water molecule नहीं है, बट इसके नीचे वाटर मॉलिक्यूल है, सो दिस वाटर मॉलिक्यूल गेट्स अट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द अदर वाटर मॉलिक्यूल प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द बल्क ऑफ दैट लिक्विड. Similarly, this water molecule gets attracted towards the from inside by other water molecule. Similarly, this water molecule gets attracted from inside by other water molecule. Means the water molecule which are present on the surface of this liquid, they experiences a inward attraction by the other water molecule present inside the bulk of the liquid. So, as a result of this, this level of the liquid is not just like straight line. The level of the liquid will just like curve. It will be like curve. Means center से थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा curve होगा और ends में जो होगा वो कम होगा. Why? क्योंकि जो ends में वाटर मॉलिक्यूल कम होंगे और सेंटर में ज़्यादा होंगे, तो मीन्स जो इनवर्ट फोर्स अट्रैक्शन है वो सेंटर से ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस होगी. Therefore, the level of the liquid will be just like this curve. Means the surface of the liquid behaves like a stretched membrane. In other words, we can say the surface of this water molecule is under tension. So that's why you know this phenomenon is called as surface tension. Surface tension. So you know surface tension, in case of surface tension, the inward force of attraction gets exerted on the molecules present on the surface of this liquid. Similar type of inward forces of attraction gets attracted, are experienced by the solids. सिमिलर जो सॉलिड्स होते हैं, सॉलिड्स के साथ भी जो उनके अंदर पार्टिकल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, दे एक्सपीरियंसेस द इनवर्ट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, एंड दोज इनवर्ट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन द फिनोमेनन ऑफ एडजॉर्प्शन टेक्स प्लेस. फर्दर, इन केस ऑफ सर्टेन सॉलिड्स सच एज ट्रांजिशन मेटल, यू नो, डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स, ट्रांजिशन मेटल्स सच एज निकेल, you know, in case of nickel there are some sort of unbalanced forces or free valencies are there. So due to presence of these unbalanced forces or free valencies, the transition metals have a capability to absorb the different type of gases on their surfaces. You will study all about it in your D and F block elements. Why? Because in that unit we will study the different characteristics of the transition metals. So one of the characteristics of transition metal is that the transition metals have a capability to absorb the different gases on their surfaces. Why? Due to the presence of these free valencies or unbalanced forces on their surfaces. So means similar type of unbalanced forces or free valencies are present on the surfaces of solids. As a result, the different solids or the liquids have a tendency to absorb the different type of gases or the liquid molecules on their surface. So this is the mechanism of the adsorption. Very, very important. Next we can say adsorption, you know, an exothermic process. Adsorption is an exothermic process. Adsorption and exothermic process. You know, whenever the adsorption takes place, the residual forces present on the surface of the solid gets decreased. Means surface energy gets decreased, and this surface energy decreases. As a result, the heat is released, and due to this release of heat, we can say that the adsorption is an exothermic process. Means whenever any gas or liquid gets absorbed on the surface of adsorbent, the surface energy or the residual forces decreases, and this surface energy decreases in the form of heat, in the release of heat, and hence we can say that adsorption is an exothermic process. Means delta H adsorption is always negative. Means adsorption is an exothermic process. Okay. Next we will say the adsorption equilibrium, entropy change and adsorption equilibrium. Adsorption equilibrium. You know, whenever any gas or a liquid gets adsorbate gets absorbed on the surface of the adsorbent, the entropy decreases. Means delta S becomes negative. Decreases means negative. Now according to Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, we know delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Now since the adsorbate gets adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent. As a result, its entropy decreases, means delta has become negative. Okay, now according to Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Now therefore, for the adsorption to take place, you know, for an spontaneous process, for the adsorption to take place, delta G must be negative. Okay, now delta G will be negative for a spontaneous process, means for the adsorption to take place, delta G should be negative. Now delta S is negative, delta G must be negative. Now delta G will be negative only when delta H is negative and delta H is greater than T delta S. Why? Because we have studied adsorption is exothermic in nature, means delta H is negative. So delta G negative तब होगा जब delta H negative होगा और delta H T delta S से ज़्यादा होगा. Now in the beginning, when the adsorbent starts absorbing on the surface of the adsorbent, in that time the delta H is highly negative. But as the adsorbent gets absorbed on the surface of the adsorbent, the value of the delta H becomes less negative, less negative, less negative. As a result, so when the adsorption takes place, in the beginning the value of delta H is very high, but with this adsorption, the value of delta H goes on decreasing and that of T delta S goes on increasing. So a stage will come when the value of delta H become equal to T delta S. And when delta H become equal to T delta S, in that case delta G become equal to 0. So when delta G become equal to 0, this state it indicates the adsorption equilibrium. This is the adsorption. Means adsorption is an equilibrium process. So we can conclude that adsorption is an equilibrium process. Okay, is clear? Now, next, just we have seen the difference between the adsorption and this absorption. Okay, so just we can say the difference between the adsorption and the absorption is that first difference is adsorption is a surface phenomenon, means in case of adsorption the adsorbent gets adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent, whereas this absorption is a bulk phenomenon, means there is a uniform distribution of the adsorbent in case of absorption, means on its surface as well as inside the bulk. Second, in case of adsorption, in the beginning adsorption is fast, but with the passage of time it becomes slow. But the absorption it occurs as a uniform rate के साथ होता है. So these are the basic differences between the adsorption and the absorption. Now first one term I have not discussed yet, that is sorption. Now what is sorption? When the adsorption and absorption takes place simultaneously. जब adsorption और absorption एक साथ होता है तो उस process को हम बोल देते हैं sorption. For example, the dyes gets adsorbed as well as absorbed on cotton fibers. Very common example. Dyes gets adsorbed as well as absorbed on cotton fibers. Means in this case that is the sorption takes place. इसको बोलते हैं sorption takes place. Sorption होता है इस केस में. So this is sorption, you know. Now each and every term gets clear to you. Okay. Next we will discuss the types of adsorption, that is positive and negative adsorption. That is positive and negative adsorption. Positive and negative adsorption. Now, in case of adsorption of the gases or liquids on the surfaces of solids, just we have seen that, just take a concentrated solution of KCl. It is concentrated KCl and put a adsorbent inside it, that is blood charcoal. So जैसे हम पोटाशियम क्लोराइड के कंसंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन में ब्लड चारकोल डाल देते हैं, in that case what will happen? The solute particles firstly gets attracted toward the surface of this adsorbent and they gets adsorbed on the surface. As a result, we can say due to adsorption there is this high concentration of the solute on the surface than the bulk of the solution. So since the concentration of the solute particles become high on the surface than inside the bulk, so this means that we can say that it is a type of positive adsorption. It is positive adsorption. On the other hand, when instead of taking concentrated KCl, we can take dilute potassium chloride solution and put blood charcoal inside it, a piece of adsorbent in inside it. In that case, what will happen? The solute particles now do not get attracted towards the adsorbent, but the solvent molecules gets attracted toward the surface and they gets adsorbed on its surface. Solvent molecules. So when the solvent molecule gets adsorbed on its surface, this means that the concentration of the solute particles inside the liquid gets increased. Why? Because the solvent molecule gets adsorbed on this surface. And when the solvent gets adsorbed, this means that the solute particles remain in the bulk, means the concentration of the solute particles remain high in this bulk. In this case, this type of adsorption is called as negative adsorption. So simply we can say that पॉजिटिव एडजॉर्प्शन वो एडजॉर्प्शन होता है जब जो सल्यूट पार्टिकल्स की कंसंट्रेशन सरफेस के ऊपर ज़्यादा होती है एडजॉर्बेंट के देन इनसाइड द बल्क, उसको हम बोलते हैं पॉजिटिव एडजॉर्प्शन। और जब सल्यूट की कंसंट्रेशन बल्क में ज़्यादा हो सल्यूट की इन देन ऑन द सरफेस, एंड दिस हैपेंस ओनली व्हेन द सॉल्वेंट मॉलिक्यूल गेट्स अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड द एडजॉर्बेंट। एज अ रिजल्ट द solvent molecule gets absorbed inside it and the concentration of the solute particles becomes high inside the bulk. In that case, the type of adsorption is called as the negative adsorption. Clear? Okay. After it we will see factors affecting adsorption of gases. Factors affecting adsorption of gases on solids. Adsorption of gases on solids. Now you know every solid has a tendency to absorb different type of gases on their surfaces, but what is the difference? They differ in their extent of adsorption. In some solids the particular gas gets absorbed to a larger extent, and in other one it gets absorbed to a smaller extent, means there is a difference in their extent of adsorption. However, there are certain factors which affects the adsorption of the gases on the solids. So the first factor is nature, and you will note down all these points: nature and surface area of the adsorbent. Surface area of the adsorbent. You know, every solid has a tendency to absorb all type of gases on their surfaces, but they differ in their extents at the same temperature. Okay. Now, greater the surface area of the adsorbent, जितना adsorbent का surface area ज़्यादा होगा उतनी उसके surface के ऊपर जो गैस होगी, जो एड्जॉर्बेट होगा वो ज़्यादा एड्जॉर्ब होगा। दैट्स वाई जो आपकी जो चारकोल और सिलिका जेल है, चारकोल एंड सिलिका जेल, दे आर कंसीडर्ड एज द बेस्ट एड्जॉर्बेंट्स। इनको हम बेस्ट एड्जॉर्बेंट मानते हैं। वाई? बिकॉज दे हैव अ हाईली पोरस स्ट्रक्चर, क्योंकि इनका जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो हाईली पोरस। पोरस मीन्स उनके सरफेस के ऊपर छोटे स्मॉल होल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, स्मॉल होल्स प्रेजेंट है, as well as they have a larger surface area. Therefore, these two are considered as the best adsorbents. Similarly, greater the surface area of the adsorbent, larger will be the adsorption. जितना adsorbent का surface area ज़्यादा होगा, उतना adsorption भी ज़्यादा होगा. But in some cases, it is not possible. It is not experimentally. It is not possible to calculate always the exact surface area of the adsorbent. Maximum cases में अगर आप देखोगे तो मोस्टली हम हर एक एड्जॉर्बेंट के केस में उसका एग्जैक्ट सरफेस एरिया कैलकुलेट नहीं कर पाते हैं। इन दैट केस व्हाट विल वी डू? सो इन दैट केस वी टेक 1 ग्राम ऑफ द एड्जॉर्बेंट, 1 ग्राम ऑफ द एड्जॉर्बेंट। उस केस में हम 1 ग्राम ऑफ एड्जॉर्बेंट सेलेक्ट कर लेते हैं और 1 ग्राम ऑफ एड्जॉर्बेंट पर जितनी कोई गैस या लिक्विड एब्जॉर्ब हो रहा है, दैट इज एब्जॉर्ब हो रहा है, उसको हम बोलते हैं उसका स्पेसिफिक सरफेस एरिया। स्पेसिफिक सरफेस एरिया मीन्स we can say that it is not always possible to calculate the exact surface area of the adsorbent. Therefore, in that case, what we will do? We select the 1 gram of the adsorbent और 1 gram of adsorbent के ऊपर कितनी कोई सब्सटेंस एब्जॉर्ब हो रहा है उसको हम एक्सपेरिमेंटली स्टडी कर लेते हैं और उसको हम नाम देते हैं स्पेसिफिक सरफेस एरिया। वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड, स्पेसिफिक सरफेस area. So this is the first factor, that is nature and surface area of the adsorbent. Second factor is nature of the gas adsorbed. Nature of the gas adsorbed. जो different gases हैं, they gets adsorbed to different extents on the surface of the adsorbent. Different extents. Further we have seen that जितना किसी गैस का क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर, आपने पढ़ा होगा क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट्स इन योर प्रीवियस ईयर इन स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर, देयर वर 3 क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट्स, क्रिटिकल वॉल्यूम, क्रिटिकल प्रेशर, क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर. सो यू नो क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर, जितना किसी गैस का क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर, यू नो क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर इज द टेम्परेचर अबव व्हिच अ गैस कैन नॉट बी लिक्विफाइड हाउसोएवर हाई प्रेशर में बी अप्लाइड. मींस हर एक गैस की लिक्विफिकेशन में एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर होता है. जब तक वो टेम्परेचर अटेन नहीं करें तब तक वो गैस लिक्विफाई नहीं होती. आप चाहे जितना मर्जी प्रेशर अप्लाई कर दो, बट एज सुन एज दैट टेम्परेचर गेट्स अटेन्ड ऑन एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द प्रेशर द गैस गेट्स लिक्विफाइड. सो जितना किसी गैस का क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होगा उतनी वो गैस ज्यादा एब्जॉर्ब होगी, मीन्स उतना एक्सटेंट ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन ज्यादा होगा. फर्दर हमने ये भी ऑब्जर्व किया है द गैसेज विच आर हाईली लिक्विफेबल, जो गैसेज हाईली लिक्विफेबल है, जो हाईली वाटर सॉल्युबल है, they gets absorbed to the greater extent on the surface of adsorbent as compared to those gases which are neither highly liquefiable nor they are highly water soluble. And you know this liquefaction of gas further linked with this intramolecular forces of attraction. So जितना किसी गैस के मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्सेज ज्यादा होंगी उतनी वो गैस इजीली लिक्विफाई होगी, और जितनी इजीली वो लिक्विफाई हो सकती है उतनी इजीली वो किसी एब्जॉर्बेंट के ऊपर एब्जॉर्ब होती है. तो सिंपली इस केस में आप याद रखेंगे कि जितना किसी गैस का क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होगा उतना उसका जो एब्जॉर्प्शन होगा ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ एब्जॉर्बेंट वो भी ज्यादा होगा. एंड दूसरी बात, जितनी कोई गैस हाईली लिक्विफेबल होगी उसको इजीली लिक्विफाई कर सके, और जितनी वो हाईली वाटर सॉल्युबल होगी उतनी वो ज्यादा एब्जॉर्ब होगी ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ एब्जॉर्बेंट देन द अदर गैसेस. ओके, थर्ड फैक्टर इज टेम्परेचर. Very very important factor, temperature. The adsorption of gases on the surface of adsorbent, it decreases with increase in temperature. जैसे जैसे आप टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करोगे एड्जॉर्प्शन डिक्रीज करने शुरू करता है. द रीजन यू नो, जस्ट वी हैव स्टडीड एड्जॉर्प्शन इज एन एक्सोथर्मिक प्रोसेस, and in last year in Le-Chatelier principle you have studied that exothermic reactions are favorable at low temperature. But as now here, as we increase the temperature, adsorption decreases. Just हम example की बात करें, if you take 1 gram of charcoal, 1 gram of charcoal और आपने नाइट्रोजन गैस ले ली N2 गैस, तो जैसे आप नाइट्रोजन गैस को 1 ग्राम चारकोल के ऊपर एब्जॉर्ब करवाते हो, तो जैसे आपने टेम्परेचर रखा है 273 केल्विन, 273 केल्विन टेम्परेचर पर 1 ग्राम चारकोल पर 10 मिलीलीटर नाइट्रोजन गैस एब्जॉर्ब होती है. वी हैव स्टडीड एक्सपेरिमेंट. 10 ml of nitrogen gas gets absorbed on 1 gram of charcoal at 273 Kelvin. However, when the temperature gets reduced to 144 Kelvin, in that case at 244 Kelvin on 1 gram of charcoal, the volume of the nitrogen gas absorbed become equal to 20 milliliter. And further, when the temperature gets decreased to 195 Kelvin, at 195 Kelvin, the volume of the nitrogen gas absorbed on 1 gram of charcoal become equal to 45 ml. So from this example, we can observe that the extent of adsorption decreases with increase in temperature. 45 milliliter at 195 Kelvin and 10 milliliter at 273 Kelvin. Now, how we can explain it? You know, it can be explained as the effect of temperature on the adsorption of a gas on the surface of adsorbent. It can be explained easily. You know, gas, it is adsorbate plus solid, it is adsorbent. It involves an equilibrium. You know, adsorption is equilibrium, that is the gas gets adsorbed on the solid plus heat. You know, it is an exothermic process, adsorption, so plus heat is there. Now, when the gas gets adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent, this process is called adsorption. Adsorption means, you can say it is a condensation process. It is called condensation. And when the gas gets desorbed, removed from the surface of the solid, and we get gas and solid, this backward process is called evaporation. This is called evaporation. So, when the temperature gets increased, जब आप temperature को increase करोगे, this equilibrium shifts toward the backward direction. But when you will decrease the temperature, on decreasing the temperature, this equilibrium gets shifted in the forward direction. This means that with increase in temperature, the extent of adsorption decreases. So means, you know, adsorption is an equilibrium process, just we have discussed. So this is the third factor. Fourth factor is pressure. Pressure means, अगर हम pressure की बात करें, the adsorption of the gases on the surface of the adsorbent increases with increase in pressure. जितना आप किसी गैस को किसी सॉलिड के ऊपर कंप्रेस करोगे, दबाओगे, प्रेशर अप्लाई करोगे, उतना उसका जो एडजॉर्प्शन होगा उसके सरफेस के ऊपर वो बढ़ेगा, एक बात। दूसरी बात, अगर हमने लो टेम्परेचर पर अगर आप किसी गैस के ऊपर किसी सॉलिड के ऊपर किसी गैस को कंप्रेस करोगे और एक हाई टेम्परेचर पर करोगे, तो लो टेम्परेचर पर ऑन द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द प्रेशर द एक्सटेंट ऑफ एडजॉर्प्शन विल बी हायर. Now, as the temperature gets increased, with the same application of the pressure, adsorption decreases. Means low temperature पे adsorption ज़्यादा होता है by application of pressure than at high temperature. So means in general we can say with increase in pressure, the extent of adsorption increases. Okay. Fifth factor is surface area, temperature, then pressure, then increasing the adsorption power, that is increasing the absorbing power, increasing the absorption, absorbing power, या increasing the surface area. Means absorption किसी भी गैस का absorbent के ऊपर कब ज़्यादा होगा, जब आप उसके absorbing power को increase करोगे, जब आप उसकी activation, means you can say activation of the absorbent rather, not increasing, you can say activation of the absorbent, activation of the adsorbent. Activation of the adsorbent means, activation of the adsorbent means increasing the surface area of the adsorbent. And you know this surface area of the adsorbent can be increased in the number of ways. Number one, the first way is by mechanical rubbing. जब आप किसी भी adsorbent के surface को rub करोगे, mechanical rubbing करोगे, तो rubbing से क्या होगा, उसकी जो फ्री वैलेंसीज है, जस्ट अभी आपने पढ़ा, फ्री वैलेंसीज है, अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्सेज है, रेजिडुअल फोर्सेज है, वो उसकी और ज़्यादा बढ़ेंगी, और जितनी उसकी फ्री वैलेंसीज बढ़ेंगी उतनी उसको जो एब्जॉर्बिंग पावर है वो भी इंक्रीज होगी. सेकेंड मेथड ऑफ दिस एक्टिवेशन ऑफ द एब्जॉर्बेंट इज जस्ट बाय ग्राइंडिंग इट. आप उसको थोड़ा सा ग्राइंड करोगे, बट इसमें थोड़ा सा ध्यान, इस मेथड की लिमिटेशन ये है कि किसी भी एब्जॉर्बेंट को हम इतना ग्राइंड ना कर दें कि बिल्कुल उसका टेल की तरह उसका पाउडर ही बना दें, बिल्कुल बारीक पाउडर बना दें, क्योंकि जब बहुत बारीक पाउडर बन जाएगा, इन दैट केस द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द गैस ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द एब्जॉर्बेंट विल नॉट, मीन्स द गैस मॉलिक्यूल आर नॉट एबल टू गेट पेनिट्रेट थ्रू द particles of the adsorbent, means adsorption will not take place. And third is by heating that adsorbent in the superheated stream. Superheated stream means जब जैसे आपने चारकोल को जब चारकोल जब एड्जॉर्ब हो जाता है, गैसेस एड्जॉर्ब हो जाती हैं उसके ऊपर, तो उसको हम फिर डिसॉर्ब कैसे करवाते हैं, उसको 623 केल्विन से 1273 केल्विन टेम्परेचर पर इसको हीट करते हैं बाय पासिंग स्टीम ओवर इट. सो मीन्स that is called this causes that the pores of that charcoal becomes again reopen, and now it is able to absorb further other gases on the side. So this is the activation of the adsorbent. So just we have studied this. Now next is types of adsorption. So before discussing the types, just take a break.